Ever get your cholesterol numbers back after a checkup and think, where did this come from? You haven't changed much. At least it doesn't feel like you have. For a lot of adults over 50, that's exactly how it goes. You feel fine. Coffee in the morning, a walk around the block, maybe some time in the garden or with the grandkids. Then your doctor mentions your cholesterol is up, and you're left wondering what actually happened. Some of the simplest fixes start in your kitchen, and specifically in what you're drinking. Food gets all the attention. Beverages quietly help or hurt your heart in the background, and most people never think about it. Some popular drinks are full of added sugar and not doing your cholesterol any favors. Others have compounds that can genuinely support healthy levels as part of an overall heart-healthy routine. A few of the drinks on this list have been sitting on grocery store shelves for years. Most people walk past them without a second thought. We're not talking about supplements or trendy detox drinks promising overnight miracles here. Just familiar beverages, the kind most Americans could add to their week without much effort. Some are probably already in your fridge. Each one works a little differently. One provides antioxidants for your blood vessels. Another is high in soluble fiber. One has plant compounds researchers have been studying for years. And there's one near the end that surprises almost everyone. Not because it's exotic, but because most people have been making it wrong the whole time. I'll flag a few common mistakes along the way too. Things that can quietly cancel out the benefits without you noticing. No drink erases high cholesterol overnight. Real improvement tends to come from a mix of better meals, movement, sleep, and your doctor's guidance. But the right drinks can be one small piece of that. So pour yourself a glass of water and let's get into 10 drinks that may help support healthier cholesterol, and why what you sip matters almost as much as what you eat. What's actually happening with cholesterol? People hear cholesterol and picture something dangerous drifting through their bloodstream. But your body needs cholesterol. It builds cells, makes certain hormones, and helps produce vitamin D. The trouble starts when there's too much of the wrong kind. Picture your arteries as roads. Traffic moves fine most days, but if delivery trucks keep dropping things off and nobody's cleaning up, the road gets crowded and narrow. That's roughly what happens inside blood vessels. LDL, the bad cholesterol, can build up along artery walls over time. HDL works more like a cleanup crew, carrying extra cholesterol back to the liver so the body can get rid of it. As we get older, that balance gets harder to maintain. A lot of adults see their numbers climb after 50 without changing much at all. Metabolism slows down. Hormones shift. We move a little less without noticing. Medications, family history, or diabetes can factor in too. So people are caught off guard at their annual physical. I eat about the same as always. I don't even eat much fried food. Why is this number higher? If that sounds like you, you're not alone. Cholesterol isn't shaped by one meal or one habit. It's the sum of small choices made over months and years. And drinks are one of the choices that tend to slip under the radar. Think about everything you drank yesterday. Coffee first thing, orange juice with breakfast, sweet tea at lunch, a soda in the afternoon, maybe a glass of wine after dinner. It adds up fast. Some drinks bring nutrients and plant compounds that support the heart. Others just add sugar and make it harder to keep cholesterol in check. Paying attention to what's in your glass matters as much as what's on your plate. The good part is that fixing this doesn't have to be a big production. Swapping one daily drink for something better is often the kind of change that actually sticks. Let's start with a drink that's been around for thousands of years and still has researchers interested. Number 10, green tea. Green tea isn't just something to sip in the afternoon. It's loaded with catechins, plant compounds that have been studied a lot for their effect on heart health. These antioxidants protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Scientists are still working out the exact mechanism, but the research points to green tea supporting healthy cholesterol levels when it's part of a broader healthy routine. It's also naturally low in calories with no added sugar, unless you're the one adding it. That last part matters. Bottled green tea at the grocery store can carry a surprising amount of sugar, enough to undercut a lot of the benefit you're going for. Brewing your own at home is usually the better move, and it takes a few minutes. Steep for 2 to 3 minutes in hot, not boiling water. Leave it too long and it turns bitter. A slice of fresh lemon is a nice addition. The vitamin C may even help preserve some of tea's beneficial compounds. If caffeine bothers you, decaf green tea still carries most of the same antioxidants, and it's a fine option later in the day. One mistake people make: assuming more is always better. You don't need cup after cup all day. 1 to 3 cups fits comfortably into most routines. If you're on blood thinners or managing another condition, Check with your doctor before making green tea a habit. Here's a drink that surprises people because you won't find it in the tea aisle. You might already be eating it at breakfast without realizing it doubles as a drink. Number 9, Oat Drink, made from whole oats. If you've had a warm bowl of oatmeal, you already know one of the better grains for your heart. Fewer people know oats work as a drink too. The reason oats get so much credit comes down to a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Picture it as a sponge moving through your digestive system, binding to some of the cholesterol your body would otherwise absorb and helping carry it out. Over time, that can support healthier LDL levels as part of a balanced diet. That's part of why groups like the American Heart Association recommend whole grains, oats included, as a heart-healthy staple. Here's where shoppers get tripped up. Not every oat drink is the same. Some flavored versions are loaded with sugar, syrup, or added oils. Check the label. Go for unsweetened, with a short ingredient list, or just make it yourself. Blend rolled oats with cold water, strain if you want it smoother, and add cinnamon or a little vanilla. Cheap, simple, and you control exactly what's in it. On cinnamon. No, it doesn't lower cholesterol on its own. It's one small piece of a much bigger puzzle, not a shortcut around the rest of the work. That's really the theme running through all of this. Heart health doesn't come from one superfood or miracle drink. It comes from small, repeated choices, day after day. And consistency beats perfection almost every time. Number 8, tomato juice. This one gets overlooked a lot. Tomato juice isn't the first thing people think of for heart health. But tomatoes bring real nutrients to the table. Lycopene is the big one, the antioxidant behind that bright red color. Researchers have studied it for years because it may protect blood vessels from oxidative stress, the kind of wear and tear that contributes to heart disease over time. Tomatoes also carry potassium, which supports healthy blood pressure, another piece of cardiovascular health. That combination makes tomato juice worth a second look for a lot of adults over 50. The catch. Many canned and bottled versions are high in sodium, which matters a lot if you're already managing blood pressure. Look for low sodium options, or make your own. Blending tomatoes with celery, cucumber, and a squeeze of lemon gives you something fresh, with more nutrients and less salt. You might be wondering why your doctor hasn't brought any of this up, usually because they're focused on the bigger picture first. If cholesterol is very high, or your heart disease risk is significant, medication is often still necessary. Drinks and lifestyle habits work alongside medical treatment, not instead of it. Worth remembering. Number 7, unsweetened soy milk. Soy has been debated for years. Some people swear by it, others avoid it based on things they read online. The reality is less dramatic than either camp suggests. Whole soy foods have been studied extensively, and most health experts consider them a reasonable part of a heart-healthy diet. Soy has quality plant protein and isoflavones, compounds that may help support healthy cholesterol, especially when soy replaces something high in saturated fat. Swap a sugary, flavored coffee drink loaded with cream for unsweetened soy milk in your smoothie or over cereal. Small change. Over months and years, it adds up. Check the label again here too. Flavored soy drinks often carry more sugar than you'd expect. Unsweetened is the safer bet. If soy doesn't work for you, whether it's an allergy or something else, that's fine. There's more than one way to support heart health, and no single food or drink works for everyone. One of the bigger mistakes people make is chasing the perfect food, instead of building a routine they can actually stick to. The best plan isn't the fanciest one. It's the one you're still doing 6 months from now. There's a drink coming up that's probably already in your fridge, but a lot of people grab the wrong version without realizing it. That one detail changes more than most people expect. Number 6, pomegranate juice. Cut open a fresh pomegranate, and it's unlike almost any other fruit. Those little ruby seeds have been part of diets in various cultures for centuries. Researchers are interested in pomegranates because of polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress, which affects blood vessel health over time. Some studies suggest pomegranate juice, as part of a balanced diet, may support overall heart health. No single food is a cure-all, though. Here's the trap. People grab a fruit cocktail, thinking it's pomegranate juice, then check the label at home and find it's mostly apple and grape juice with added sugar and just a bit of actual pomegranate. Look for 100% pure juice with nothing added. It's naturally sweet, so a small serving with breakfast or lunch does the job. If you're managing blood sugar or have diabetes, be careful with portions and talk to your doctor or a dietitian, since even natural fruit juice has real sugar in it. Sometimes less really is more here. Number 5, beet juice. This one's become popular with people focused on both heart health and staying active. Beets carry dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that helps blood vessels relax and widen. Looser blood vessels mean easier blood flow, which is part of why beet juice has caught the attention of researchers and athletes alike. Some people drink a small glass before a walk or before gardening. It's not for everyone. The earthy taste takes some getting used to. If it's not your thing, blend a small amount with carrots, apples, or berries to smooth out the flavor without adding refined sugar. One thing that catches first-timers off guard, your urine, or even your stool, can turn pink or reddish afterward. Harmless, just the natural pigment in beets working its way through. That said, if you ever notice unexplained blood or anything concerning, that's different and worth a call to your doctor. Knowing which is which saves you a lot of unnecessary worry. Number 4, berry smoothies. Frozen blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are stocked in nearly every grocery store year-round, which is good news because berries are one of the richest natural sources of anthocyanins, the pigments behind their deep blue, purple, and red color. Researchers keep studying them because they may support healthy blood vessels and cardiovascular health more broadly. Here's where smoothies go sideways. A lot of store-bought versions are basically dessert, ice cream, flavored yogurt, syrup, fruit concentrate. Making your own gives you control. Frozen berries, unsweetened Greek yogurt, a splash of unsweetened soy or oat milk, a handful of spinach. You won't even taste the spinach. It just blends in. Add cinnamon or a teaspoon of ground flaxseed for extra flavor and fiber. On flaxseed, people sprinkle it on cereal or oatmeal all the time, but very few think to add it to a smoothie. It carries soluble fiber and plant-based omega-3s, which makes it a good match for a lot of these drinks. One detail that's easy to miss, use ground flaxseed, not whole. Whole seeds mostly pass through the digestive system without being absorbed. It's a small thing, but it makes a real difference. Number 3, black tea. A lot of us start the day with black tea or reach for one during an afternoon break. What makes it interesting isn't just the taste. Like green tea, it's rich in flavonoids, plant compounds. Researchers have connected to heart health. Black tea is processed differently, but it still carries antioxidants that support healthy blood vessels as part of a balanced lifestyle. Support is the key word. No tea undoes years of unhealthy habits by itself, but trading a sugary soda for unsweetened black tea is usually a step in the right direction. If plain tea is too strong for you, a slice of lemon or a splash of low-fat milk beats flavored creamers loaded with sugar. And watch how much sugar goes into the cup itself. A few spoonfuls turns a healthy drink into something that isn't anymore. Sometimes the fix isn't a new drink at all. It's just improving the one you already have every day. The last 2 drinks on this list are maybe the most surprising. Not because they're exotic, but because almost everyone has access to them, and most people underestimate what they're doing. Number 2, water. It sounds too basic to make a top 10 list, but plain water belongs here. No calories, no added sugar, nothing artificial. It handles hundreds of functions in your body every day, from regulating temperature to supporting digestion and circulation. Water doesn't lower cholesterol directly, but staying hydrated supports the systems that do, and it makes it easier to keep other habits on track. Ever notice how often thirst gets mistaken for hunger? You reach for a cookie or a bag of chips when what your body actually wanted was water. That mix-up can quietly add hundreds of calories a week. A lot of older adults drink less than they need, partly because thirst signals get weaker with age. You might not feel thirsty until you're already a little dehydrated. Keep a water bottle nearby while you're reading, watching TV, gardening, or out on a walk. Seeing it is usually enough of a reminder to take a few sips instead of trying to catch up all at once later. If plain water bores you, add lemon, cucumber, orange, mint, or a few berries. Flavor without the sugar. Sometimes the simplest habit is also the one that matters most. Now, the drink that surprises the most people, not because it's rare, but because it's been quietly doing this job the whole time. Number 1, unsweetened cocoa. Say cocoa, and most people think candy bars, chocolate cake, or hot chocolate buried under whipped cream. Pure, unsweetened cocoa is a different thing entirely. Natural cocoa powder contains flavanols, plant compounds researchers have studied for their role in blood vessel function and circulation. These flavanols may help keep blood vessels flexible, letting blood move more easily as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. The trick is picking the right product. A lot of packaged hot chocolate mixes are basically sugar, artificial flavor, and saturated fat, closer to dessert than anything else. Look for 100% unsweetened cocoa powder instead. Stir a teaspoon into warm low-fat milk or an unsweetened plant milk, add a little cinnamon, and you've got something rich and comforting without the extra sugar. Some people blend it into a morning smoothie with berries and oats for even more flavor. It feels like a treat while still fitting into a heart-conscious routine. Putting it together, even the healthiest foods work best in balance. You don't need every drink on this list every day. Think of them as options. green tea in the morning, water through the afternoon, a berry smoothie after your walk, cocoa in the evening. Small routines like that are a lot easier to stick with than chasing the newest health trend. That's really the core of this whole video. Healthy cholesterol usually isn't the result of one big change. It's dozens of small decisions repeated over time. Eating whole foods more often, moving your body daily, even if it's just a 20-minute walk, getting enough sleep, managing stress, following your doctor's advice, and choosing drinks that work with you instead of against you. If your cholesterol has been running higher than you'd like, don't get discouraged. Most people improve gradually, one habit at a time, and progress doesn't need to be perfect to count. Even swapping one sugary drink a day for something better is a real step forward. Before making any major changes to your diet, especially if you have diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, or take prescription medication, talk with your doctor first. They can help you figure out what actually fits your situation. Hopefully, this gave you a few ideas worth trying this week. Which of these drinks do you already have in your routine, and which one are you curious to try? Let us know in the comments. It might help someone else working on the same thing. If this was useful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Everroot Health and turn on notifications for more videos on healthy aging, nutrition, heart health, and living well after 50. Thanks for spending your time with me today. Take care of yourself, stay active, eat well, and remember that every good choice you make now is an investment in the years ahead.